Hey, good afternoon to you. So I thought that I would just continue to add to our toolbox associated with self-soothing and lowering our anxiety when stressful circumstances arise and accrue, and using our own human operating system to do so. So this is again about us tapping into the wisdom of our autonomic nervous system, parasympathetic, sympathetic nervous system, combined with the wisdom of our polyvagal nervous system. And we can call this biohacking, which is just a great way of us recognizing we have so much capacity to stabilize, to calm, to release, regardless of the circumstances that may present themselves to us and challenge us. So today, I would love to offer you 3 different exercises that are based on very old yoga exercises. But let's first just talk about the vagal nerve. So the vagal nerve is your 10th cranial nerve. It is a wanderer. It is all over. It is in your face. It is in your jaw and in your throat. It runs alongside your major vessels in your neck, and it goes into your chest. It goes throughout the body, in your lungs, your heart, and down and into the digestive tract and around it through your diaphragm. So it talks, and it helps to bring the body into a place of awareness from all the different stimuli that you're receiving externally and internally. It is also a great way of helping to support tapping into your parasympathetic nervous system, which is your rest and digest nervous system, to help balance out and calm when your sympathetic nervous system is either overactivated or just is having trouble winding down. So that's the vagus nerve. I learned that there are also, helpfully, 3 really great techniques for assessing your vagal tone. So this can be a little bit confusing, but it's important to understand that having a higher vagal tone means that you are more adept at self-soothing and tapping into your parasympathetic nervous system to calm. When you have low vagal tone, it means that you don't have the same degree of grabbing hold of and as easily and efficiently using your vagal nerve exercises and practices to tap into the wisdom of your parasympathetic nervous system. So we want high vagal tone. So how do we assess? Well, there's 3 ways that we can try this. This is quite cool. Number 1 is called the nasal cycling test. So what you do is you take a very deep inhale in, exhale through your nose. Do that several times and see if you can notice which nostril do you feel more airflow coming through. So the right nostril is more associated with your sympathetic nervous system, the left nostril with your parasympathetic. So if you have more airflow through the left, you have a higher vagal tone. That's one way. The other is, this is kind of interesting, at the back of your throat, there's that little tender tissue at the back called the uvula. So when you gargle, you feel it, and you say, ah, you can feel it vibrating back there. So using your phone, take a video of you saying, ah, and watch to see what your uvula does at the back of your throat, because your soft palate is innervated by your vagal nerve. And so what will happen is if your vagal nerve tone is maybe more towards one way or the other, you'll notice your uvula shifts. So higher vagal tone, it'll shift towards that side. Higher vagal tone shifts towards left. Less vagal tone, it shifts to the right. Cool. The third way is a little bit more of a practice of getting to know what your body is saying and tuning in. This is called interoception, where we just take a time out, bring yourself into a quieter place, wherever that may be it in your car, behind a closed door, in a bathroom, someplace where you can just get quiet and have a moment of peace and quiet. And if you can, closing down your eyes or just lowering your eye gaze and check in. How are you feeling? Get a sense. Are you calm and collected? Are you feeling tired but wired? Are you feeling a bit overwhelmed by anxiety or worry? Just what's present for you. So these are all ways of assessing where we're at with our vagal tone. When we're feeling calm and collected, perhaps that is because we've had good rest, maybe it is because we're using healthy coping strategies and we're replenishing regularly, and maybe also because we have been using different types of practices to raise our vagal tone. So we're more capable of balancing when stressful circumstances knock us around, right? So with that, that's vagal nerve, that's vagal tone assessment. And now let's talk about the 3 ways that we can practice increasing our vagal tone. So this first one is the breathing is so effective and efficient to helping us tap into the wiring together of our nerves and our memory around, this is muscle memory, nerve memory, the body remembering. So the way this is Brahmari breathing, so what we would do is we are going to want to take time to really think about bumblebee. It's called bee breathing. So you get a humming bee. The idea is that you're vibrating the area at the back of your throat through your breath, and that what that does is it stimulates and massages the back of your throat and the nerves in the vessels in your throat. This taps into your massaging of your vagal nerves. The other very cool thing, though, is that this type of breathing releases nitric oxide in your parasinuses, which is really great for helping to stabilize your cardiovascular status. Cool. So here's the way it goes. You take a deep inhale into your nose, hum as you exhale. So you want to try to go ahead and take as deep of a breath as you can. Exhale for as long as you can with that constant hum sound at the back of your throat. And if you could do that for 10 cycles, it's a really great way to go ahead and just, it does this wonderful massage of the back of your throat, brings in deep oxygenation into your body, and you get that nitrous oxide. Cool. The second one is called triangle breathing. So 4 counts to each side of the triangle, and you're adding something that's called a jaw lock. We're going to use the mudra position of your fingers, because what you're going to do is you're going to use that to occlude your nostrils as you tuck your chin into your chest. And what this does is this allows you to go ahead and do deep diaphragmatic breathing, and that tucking of your chin has another way of massaging and utilizing the muscles throughout your throat and into your chest. So it goes like this. You breathe in, exhale. So it's a deep inhale, occluding nostrils, jaw lock, hold it for 4, exhale for 4. So again, triangle breathing with jaw lock, nasal occlusion, and doing that also for 10 cycles. Cool. The third one is a little wild, but it's really cool, is that the vagus nerve has auricular branches, meaning it goes towards your ears. So imagine using your index finger and your thumb to make Pirates of the Caribbean earrings, where you put your index finger inside the ear, just outside your ear canal. Your thumb is on the other side of your ear, and you're going to gently take hold and rotate your entire ear very slowly, 5 times forward, pause, and then 5 times back. Okay, and so again, try to do forward and back equals 1 cycle. Try to do that for 10 cycles, just easy to remember. The really cool thing about that one is that if you are in some place that's in public, like on an airplane or at work, and maybe you're driving or you're with somebody that you don't want them to be real obvious, you can do 1 ear at a time. You can do both ears. They don't have to know what you're doing. You could be adjusting your little headphones. But this is very effective as well, and it actually feels quite nice because we hold a lot of tension in our jaws, right? So it gives you the added benefit of releasing some of the tension in your jaw. Okay, so to recap, we talked about the incredible power of your vagal nerve system to tap into the parasympathetic rest and digest, to help balance out maybe the overactivation of our sympathetic nervous systems, our fight, flight, freeze, when we get overstimulated, overwhelmed, or feeling anxious as a result of the stressors. When we do this, it helps to bring us more ease. It helps us to bring a bit of balance into our nervous systems, releasing a bit of the anxiety and tension. And also, we can then be in a place of coming into a place where we're responding rather than reacting. We talked about that a lot, how incredibly powerful that is for us to be really intentional in the way that we navigate the world in our lives. So, those 3 stimuli that we talked about then, number 1 was the Bhamari breath, where we're going to go ahead and practice the buzzing bee breath, right? Humming at that sound at the back of your throat. Number 2 is the triangular breathing with the jaw lock. Number 3 was practicing ear massage. Okay? Give it a try, truly. When you find yourself having a hard time winding down from something, particularly if you're trying to go to sleep, that's a time where our bodies and brains sometimes really need an opportunity to reset and give ourselves permission to wind it down and rest. But there may be other times that you notice this is really helpful. Try it on, okay? And this is us biohacking for better balance and ease and responsiveness in our lives. Thank you for your attention, and I'll see you next time. Be well.